If anyone says to me now, do I believe in the devil? I have to say yes. I've seen the devil.
In 1978, Mike Davis and two friends went on a camping trip where an encounter with the supernatural would change their lives forever.
One of my friends died on the trip, and the other ended up sort of in a mental institution. Something that it was the most profoundly shocking experience of my life.
On the fateful night, they stayed in the woods just outside of Coed-Sgrechian, a small Welsh town which its name literally means Screaming Woods. The village was famous for the large fox heads made of wood that guided people in and out of the town, which were said to ward off evil spirits.
There you'd normally see like a war memorial or sort of like a sort of Christian crucifix, was this very strange statue of what appeared to be a fox, literally with its arms or paws, whatever they call it, stretched out in a sort of like a Christ-like pose. It freaked me out, genuinely freaked me out. I didn't think I was seeing it. Anyway, I asked the boys later what they thought of it, and they told me they didn't actually see it. And pull up in this amazing little clearing in the woods. I mean, it was bizarre. Perfect circle in the woods, a little road in, just enough room for our 3 tents.
That night, a terrible sound awoke the men to a sight that would change their lives forever.
I remember clicking the torch on, going outside and just sort of literally just looking around, and it was dark obviously still, and I can remember the torch just went onto Matt's tent, and the tent was open, but worse than that, the tent itself seemed to have been like damaged, like it had been attacked. There were like rips on it, like someone with a knife or something with claws had attacked it, and then we saw what appeared to be blood. We're not sure if it was Matt's blood or was somebody else's or an animal blood, but then sort of I'd woken Joel up by then, and Joel then said, we've got to go look for him, we've got to find him. So basically at 4 in the morning, in the middle of this supposedly haunted Welsh woods, we go off to look for our missing friend. It was pretty scary, and then we started to see things. Literally behind some of the trees were figures, tall figures like men, but with like foxes' heads, and they weren't like wearing a mask. It wasn't just like somebody, sort of like taxidermied a fox or anything. Literally men with foxes' heads and with claws, and they were like looking at us. And the further we went into the woods, the more of them there seemed to be. And then it went quiet. I remember it went deadly quiet, deadly quiet for a second, and we couldn't see any of them. And then the screaming started, and it was incredibly loud. I mean, it was like as if a woman was screaming, like 2 feet from you, but you couldn't see her because of the trees. And then we come to another clearing in the woods, and there was just this perfect circle, literally again like the one we saw earlier, but in the middle of the circle was this sort of 8-foot creature, and I can only describe it as a creature. It was less human, more fox, but still neither. And it was literally just stood there. And I remember it just reached out toward it. At that point, I must admit, I lost it. I ran. I don't know what happened to Joel. All I remember is just running through the woods. I remember banging my head, falling over. I just remember. And then the next thing I know, then it's morning.
If you could put the camera
Okay. Can I just check the time?
This is now 12:30.
Oh, I've got to go. I'm going to do it.